Imagine the crystal-clear waters off the coast of Baja California. The sun is beating down, and the ocean surface looks like a sheet of blue glass. But beneath that tranquility, a biological glitch has just occurred. A 2-meter-long infant is born into an ocean that has not seen its kind for over 3.5 million years. This isn't just any fish. This is a megalodon. To a human, a 2-meter baby sounds like a monster. But in the context of the Miocene epoch, this was just a vulnerable pup starting a journey toward becoming a 50-ton titan. However, there is a fatal flaw in this resurrection. This pup, which we will call Ghost, is a biological machine designed for a planet that no longer exists. Its DNA is a map to an ancient world of warm currents and slow, blubbery whales. Today, Ghost wakes up in a world of plastic, sonar, and highly intelligent mammalian killers. The question isn't just, can a megalodon survive? But rather, can a king rule a kingdom that has forgotten his name and rewritten all his laws? We are about to dive into a deep-time analysis of why the ultimate predator might actually be the ultimate underdog in the 21st century. To understand Ghost's struggle, we have to look at the prehistoric thermostat. During the peak of the megalodon's reign, the Earth was much warmer. The Miocene and Pliocene oceans were a literal hotbed of life. Why does this matter? Because Ghost is a regional endotherm. He can keep his stomach and brain warmer than the surrounding water. In the ancient world, this gave him a massive advantage, allowing him to hunt in both warm shallows and cooler depths with high-speed bursts. But in 2026, the thermal gradients of the ocean have shifted. The safe zones for a megalodon are now thin strips of water. As Ghost grows, he will find himself trapped by invisible walls of cold water. If he ventures too far north following the whales, his massive metabolism will begin to fail. He is like a high-performance Ferrari, trying to drive through a blizzard on summer tires. The very biology that made him the king of the prehistoric world is now a thermodynamic cage. We often think of extinction as a sudden event, like an asteroid. But for the megalodon, it was a slow, agonizing squeeze as the world grew cold and the buffet started to disappear. In the original narrative, Ghost encounters an orca. Let's analyze this from an evolutionary standpoint. 3 million years ago, the ancestors of the orca were small, primitive delphinids. They were snacks for a megalodon. But while the megalodon stayed the same, perfecting the art of the bite, the cetaceans went through an intellectual arms race. Today's orcas are not just predators, they are tactical units. They have language, they have culture, and they have surgical hunting techniques. When Ghost meets an orca, he isn't just fighting a fish, he's fighting a collective mind. Prehistoric fossils show us that megalodons used to bite off the flippers of whales to immobilize them. It was a brutal, effective strategy. But modern orcas know how to induce tonic immobility in sharks by flipping them upside down. They have literally hacked the shark's operating system. This is a terrifying new reality for Ghost. His ancestors never had to worry about a prey item that could outthink them. In the prehistoric era, size was the ultimate currency. In the modern era, the currency has changed to IQ and social coordination. Ghost is a solo warrior in an age of special forces. Let's talk about the math of hunger. A juvenile megalodon needs to grow at a rate of nearly 1 meter per year. To sustain that, Ghost needs a caloric intake that would make a great white look like it's on a diet. In the prehistoric era, the oceans were filled with small baleen whales, creatures like Piscobalaena, that were only 5 to 10 meters long. These were the perfect snack-sized whales for a growing megalodon. They were slow, they weren't very deep divers, and they were everywhere. Fast forward to today, and those small whales are gone. They were replaced by giants like the blue whale and the fin whale. Why did whales get so big? Many scientists believe they evolved massive sizes specifically to escape the gap left by the megalodon's extinction. Now that Ghost is back, he finds that his ideal prey has grown too large for him to tackle safely, while the smaller prey, like seals and dolphins, are too fast and provide too little fat. He is forced to scavenge, following fishing trawlers and eating bycatch. It is an undignified existence for a god of the deep. He is essentially a king, scavenging for scraps in the alleyways of his former palace. To make this relatable, let's look at the real-world case of the loneliest whale in the world, 52 Hertz. This is a whale that calls at a frequency no other whale can hear. It wanders the ocean, calling out for a mate, but receives no answer because it is a biological outlier. Ghost is the 52 Hertz of sharks. Even if he survives to his full 17-meter length, who will he mate with? There is no queen for this king. In biology, we call this a functional extinction. Even though a single individual exists, the species is dead because it cannot reproduce. We see this in the history of the Pinta Island tortoise, Lonesome George. He lived a long life, but he was a dead man walking from the day his companions died. Ghost's life is a series of power moves that lead nowhere. He scares away great whites, he kills whale calves, and he baffles human scientists. But he is a dead end on the tree of life. His existence is a glitch in the matrix of nature. Beyond the hunger and the orcas, Ghost faces a modern enemy that is completely invisible: noise. The prehistoric ocean was a place of biological sound, the song of whales, the snap of shrimp, and the roar of storms. But the 21st century ocean is a chaotic construction site. For a shark like the Megalodon, which relies on a hypersensitive lateral line system and acute hearing to detect the low-frequency vibrations of struggling prey miles away, human-made noise is a biological assault. Container ships, oil drilling, and military sonar create an acoustic fog that blinds Ghost's primary senses. Imagine trying to hunt in a thick mist while someone blasts a jet engine in your ear. That is Ghost's daily reality. This chronic acoustic stress messes with his navigation and elevates his cortisol levels, leading to a suppressed immune system. In the Miocene, a Megalodon was in perfect harmony with its environment. Today, Ghost is a biological glitch, suffering from sensory overload. This constant state of agitation drains the precious energy he should be using for growth, proving that you don't need a harpoon to kill a titan. Sometimes, you just need to make enough noise. If Ghost managed to thrive, he wouldn't just be a curious anomaly, he would be an ecological wrecking ball. The modern ocean is a finely tuned watch, and Ghost is a giant gear from a grandfather clock trying to force its way in. His presence creates a landscape of fear that ripples through every level of the food chain. When Ghost starts picking off gray whale calves, he forces the mothers to change their migration routes. This, in turn, displaces great whites and orcas into coastal waters, where they are more likely to encounter humans. Furthermore, the modern biological pump, the process where whales transport nutrients through the water column, is disrupted. Every time Ghost kills a whale that should have lived to provide nutrients to the deep sea through a whale fall, he is effectively starving the scavengers of the abyss. He is a predator without a peer, but also a predator without a purpose. He is an apex predator in a system that has already filled his vacancy. His existence doesn't bring balance. It brings a chaotic redesign of an ecosystem that was never built to support a 50-ton shark. He is a king with no subjects, only casualties. As Ghost reaches 25 years of age, he is a 50-ton shadow patrolling the California coast. He has learned to avoid the sonar of Navy ships and the lethal pods of orcas. He has survived, yes, but at what cost? He spends 90% of his energy just searching for the next 10%. He is a survivor, but he is not a successor. The lesson for us, the viewers, is profound. We often look at the Megalodon as a symbol of power, but it is actually a symbol of fragility. The more specialized you are, the harder you fall when the world shifts. The prehistoric era ended not because the animals grew weak, but because the environment changed faster than their genes could keep up. Today, we are changing the environment 100 times faster than it changed during the Miocene. If a creature as powerful as a Megalodon can be rendered a ghost by a few degrees of temperature change and a shift in prey, what does that say about our own stability? Ghost's journey ends not with a bang, but with a long, lonely swim into the deep. He is a reminder that the Earth belongs to those who can change, not those who can bite the hardest. If you found Ghost Struggle fascinating, hit that like button. It helps us continue exploring these what-if scenarios from our planet's incredible history. Comment below. If you could bring back one prehistoric predator to the modern world, which one would it be? And do you think it could survive the human era? Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into the lost worlds of the past. Until next time, keep looking beneath the surface.